Alright, kia ora everybody. She's a rough setup tonight, but also it's been a week, y'all. Well, it hasn't even been a week. It's kind of a misleading title. I probably need to change it, but it's been a time. Let's put it that way. Kia ora everybody. Kia ora, welcome in. I see Mandy and Angie. Hello, hello. 5:10 a.m. Angie, my goodness. Oh, I have actually technically gone live a little earlier tonight than usual, so it's not my usual time that I would go live. I would normally be working now, but I'm very clearly not working right now. Hi Lisbeth, hello, hello. Right, I was going to be in here. And Sammy, hello, hello, over on the Twitch side. I hope I can remember my logins for this. I'll figure that out later. It's okay. I don't even have my bot open. Wow. We should probably open that up too. Yeah. So, I'm a little tired. I'm very tired. Yeah. So. Right, that's on. Did I just straight log in with Google? That would be quite logical. I'm hoping I just straight logged in with Google and then it would be real easy. Okay, no, maybe I didn't because it's not. Oh boy. Oh boy, I hope I wrote down the password for that. That's gonna be fun. I'm trying to open my Ko-fi, by the way. Because as you all may know, I have some files that need to be uploaded for tomorrow. My brain's a little fried at the moment. Okay. I'll figure that one out later. That's later's problem. So yeah, welcome in. I promise I am somewhat functional. It's been a time. So, if you've been here this week, I went live both Monday and Tuesday in an attempt to get done some line work, because I promised that as part of the charity stream for 500 and 1,000 pounds raised, we would design colouring pages that I would release for everyone to colour, and I promised to do this by the end of the month. It's currently the 27th of Feb here. Sorry, I just got a photo I absolutely have to respond to. So yeah, tomorrow is the end of the month. And the plan is to upload these pages, because we did indeed finish the colouring pages. I'm very, very proud of the designs of the colouring pages. So we finished those on Tuesday night. I don't know why I'm opening this folder, because you can't see it. So yeah, Tuesday night we finished the designs. Wednesday I went to go and take that line art, to get it scanned, to bring it home, to start the cleanup, to get it ready for printing. Bunch of things happened on Wednesday that resulted in me having to purchase a scanner, which was not an expense I was expecting this week, but we did it. We've had to budget it in. It was needed. Glad I did it because of what came. But I got the things scanned. I was cleaning them up and I'm like, perfect. I think these are ready for test prints. And then Kiwi Mum got quite sick. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because I haven't actually checked if I have permission to share anything. But I know I'm allowed to say that basically Wednesday we had to go to ED. And it was bad. Now, Kiwi Mum is fine. Kiwi Mum has been discharged and is currently in the lounge. So we are good now. But it was scary. It was fast. Yeah. So I have basically spent all Wednesday, Thursday, and all of today between the hospital and here. So yeah, we're good now, but your girl's tired, as you can imagine. So yeah, again, I'm gonna stress we're good now. Mum's been discharged. We're much better now. And you know, I'll check what I'm allowed to actually talk about and all that sort of stuff. If she's even happy for me to talk about it. Again, it's her story, it's her situation. I don't talk about people without their permission. But that's why you girls tired. That's also why I'm not at work right now, because I had the day of work. So yeah, but in between all of that, I did manage to go and get some printing done. So I have done a test print of the colouring pages. I did also manage to drop off to my nibblings a version for them as well. So that was the photo I had to respond to, was my nibblings actually colouring a page. So I'm super excited. So they're currently busy colouring. Smoot! Hello, hello! So, yeah. These are the 2 finished colouring pages. So one thing that I'm basically ready to upload them. I did a clean. Ignore this big dot here that is actually a printer error, not on the file. That is a printer error. I normally would, but I had the day off work, and now that Mum's back home, I was like, I might as well just go live. Plus then I get to go to bed early tonight too. And I just kind of want a night to... Basically tonight we're going to draw. I don't know what you'll hope for, but I'm going to work on another colouring page. It's not part of the plan, but I just want to make up another little story world. I know. We're going to pretend this world doesn't exist and go and have fun in a make-believe world where, you know, a cat and some kids race on leaves, and a bird gives kids giant lollipops and chocolate. But yeah, so these will be officially released tomorrow, and we will be doing a drawing stream tomorrow. So that's one of the things I need to do. So tonight is a little bit of life admin for me. It's also just a chance for me to like slow the frick down and go, okay, where are we at? Yes, I'm going to use a receipt to write a list right now, because otherwise I'm going to forget things, because that's where my brain's at. Glad to catch you early so I can catch you before I go to sleep. Yeah. Getting ready to bed. Just want to tell you I'm here though. It's all good, Mandy. Appreciate you being here. And thanks, Sammy. I appreciate that. I'm very, very proud of them. So I need to schedule colouring live for tomorrow. I normally, if I'm doing day streams, I normally start at 9. I might schedule that for just a little later to give myself an opportunity to sleep in, because I get the feeling tonight I'm crashing, and I'm going to crash hard tonight and sleep deep. So yeah, and I need to actually make the zip files, and that's one of the things I need to ask you guys about with the files, is the zip files. I need to make the Ko-fi listings so you can all get them for free. Get those uploaded. Yes, sleeping. Yeah, I get the feeling I'm going to be crashing pretty but yeah, I was like, I've got so much little things to do. I'm just going to go live, and we're just going to kind of do a bit of a life admin and get this stuff sorted, and then I can ask you guys a few bits and pieces. I don't think I even have photos for the Ko-fi, so I should probably take some photos too of the colouring pages. Obviously I can update the photos for the listing. I say that because it's not a listing. That's why I was trying to get my Ko-fi listing login words. Yeah, so I've got some copies printed, and then once we're all that, we're just gonna draw. We're just gonna draw. That's the kind of thing I'm in. So as you can see, I have done I've done more than 2 sets. I did a test print to begin with. This is on really cheap photocopy paper, and then I also sent these around to the kids as well. So the kids are currently colouring just on the cheap paper, but again, the kids are fine with it. And then I printed out, once I realised it was going to be the final, I went and got printed out the actual, like on actual artist's illustration board. And so you can see I've got 2 sizes. So I've got the original sizes that I drew it at, which is A3. but then I've got it at A4. Now, unfortunately, one of the A4s does have a printer ink blob on it. So if we start this size, I'm having to color this one. Like, I'm settled on coloring this one. I really want to start with leaf writing. So I'm like, okay, do I color it on the big size? But if I do that, because the thing is, I could technically post these at the size they're at now, at the file size, which would allow y'all, if you want to print them A3, you could also print them big. And they would still be really nice, crisp, clean lines, because this does print quite nicely at this size. Is that dirt marks, or is that's dirt marks? Okay, cool. So yeah, that's the one thing I've got left to do, is do I compress the file down and make it so you only print it this size, or do I leave it as the big version so you can print it big if you want a big coloring page? Because they are detailed coloring pages. These are not lightweight coloring pages, right? I mean, they're still, I would hope, easy to color, but there is a bit of detail to them. So that's one of the things that I'm debating, is do I color them? Do I leave them so you can print them out A3, or do I make it so you can only print it small? And then the other thing that I'm also wondering is, do I create them so you download each one separately, or do I just have it so you have both of them together? I'm kind of leaning towards each one separately, because then I can kind of gauge which one's more popular. Which I don't know if I need that data. I love that Nibbling's got first dib on the colouring pages. Yeah, I mean, well, technically Mum got first dibs, but she wasn't in the mood for that. I was like, I can give you some colouring pages. But yeah, I was checking over them at the hospital with her. So yeah, I was like, you can colour if you want. So that's what these ones are, is my little first printer test ones, and I had them next to the drawing, which is behind it. So there are a couple of things that I did change from the drawing to the final. I did end up removing some extra, like I'd folded a couple of these leaves and I ended up removing that line because I didn't like it. I did remove a couple of the lines on the ducks. I didn't like all the lines on there. I did fix up Shadow's eye down here. So this was basically, I did end up leaving the flowers, even though I wasn't a huge fan of them. I did end up leaving it, and same with the can top, because it kind of shows the fact that these are hand drawn. Like there's like a couple little areas where pen overlaps, or it shows that it is hand drawn. So I was like, I'm going to leave little things that just prove again it's a hand drawn page. There's going to be little things, but I did clean up, like, you know, marks on the page or anything like that. Inkstone's going to annoy me. I'm so mad that I didn't notice that while I was at the store and got them to reprint it. But and why, if you're asking why I just don't go down and get a reprint tomorrow, it's because tomorrow town is closed because of the car festival, so I'm not going anywhere near town tomorrow. It's already bad enough hearing them go up and down the street tonight. Yeah, so that's what I got left to do tonight. And then once that's all done, we can start compressing. Start working on another page, because I just kind of want to draw. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, if when you guys get digital coloring pages and you print them yourselves, do you tend to just stick to regular book size, regular paper? Like, I know I'm using the size A4, which is a standard size here in New Zealand. Let me do this so you can see it more clearly, because this has got two images on one, so that doesn't make it any easier. But A4 is, think like Camellia Anjakova or R.J. Hampson, like those Amazon style books. That's kind of A4-ish. So do you kind of stick to paper? It is similar to 8.5 by 11. That's the other sizing. Yeah. So do you stick to that size, or are you likely to print bigger if the page could be printed bigger? I don't actually know. I don't even know what to guess for my password, so let's just do forgot password. Katie, hello, hello, welcome in. Woohoo! Okay. We are into Kofi. Okay. Your page. And then I think I go into shop. Is this where I add a file? It's been a while since I've done anything on Kofi. I don't even remember. My goodness. Oh, I should make another category. Where the frick do I do this again? Man, it has been a while. My brain is really not thinking. Okay. Oh, there it is. There's a button right there that says add product. I'm just gonna test this. We'll just do that. Yeah, digital item. Description. Okay, I do need thing, a summary, and then yep. And then what sort of files? I'm sure you take zip files. That's the thing I need to figure out. Kofi, does it take zips? Otherwise I have to create a PDF. Yes. Okay, cool. We can do zips. Okay, cool. That solved my question, so I don't have to think about that. Okay. So, yeah, the only things left to do is to make the little zip things, the listings. I do need to take product photos, which we're just going to, like, wing. I think somehow we're going to be taking some better photos once I have some colored pages as well. Yeah, so I am going to have to use a smaller file type to make the overview or something. Make Kofi listings, Kofi images. So yeah, I am going to set stream for tomorrow to be later, because that also gives me time in the morning to wake up and do the listings and stuff like that. But yes, these will be going live tomorrow. So I will schedule this in for y'all, so you know to keep an eye out. But yes, tomorrow the colouring pages are live. Colouring a page. Page of my own colouring book. Release day. Sorry, I know this is probably not the most exciting stream right now, but I do appreciate y'all. What am I doing? That one. Right, next, skip that, and it's for tomorrow, and we're gonna set it for 10 AM. Stardust! Hello, hello. Alright. Stream is officially scheduled for tomorrow. So, tomorrow, 10 a.m. New Zealand time, these will be released. Oh my god, Ruby just went live? Seriously? I just saw that. Yo, I'm half tempted just to, like, not be live anymore and go watch Ruby. Hades, yeah. Okay. So. Then, yeah, so that is there. So yeah, do you guys, no one's answered my question about if you tend to print out digital colouring pages large or if you keep them small. I'm kind of leaning towards just keeping it large because A, then I don't have to do anything, but they are very large files right now. Maybe I'll want to compress them down a bit. I don't know. It won't take me too long to compress them, really. Right, so that is that done. That's all prepped for tomorrow. I'm so annoyed about that Leaf Rider one. Because I really did want to start with Leaf Rider. Like, I don't know, something about the water is calling to me. But there's an ink print. You're all good, Stardust. It's been a bit of a pot around, get situated night. It's been a day. It's been a week. Yeah. It's just getting a couple of things scheduled and set up. We will be releasing the colouring pages tomorrow on the Ko-fi store. That'll all be going live. And I just kind of need a night, so we're having another drawing night. We're going to do a couple of hours of drawing. Because, yeah, I started stream early. Because I would normally be at work right now. So, instead we're live. Hello, Perfection. And Cassie. Hello. Welcome in. Hope we're all doing well. Alright. I'm just gonna go like that and then quickly hit mute. Right, so yeah, we're having a night of drawing, because that's what I want to do. Right, I think all my pencils and stuff are still in here. Yeah, they are. So, we've done the leaf page, we've done the handy page. What other pages did I have marked down? I have a couple of pages that I've done like some rough sketching. I'm exhausted. How are you doing, Amy? Honestly, I am exhausted, and I'm not even going to give you guys the options. I'm calling it tonight. We're going to work on Mermaid Underwater page because I can't think of anything better tonight. I don't want you. I want you ungrouped. Sorry, I'm doing all the things wrong. Yeah, so the reason why I am absolutely shot tonight and feeling it is it's been a week. It's, yeah, been a lot. Mermaids, yeah. So I just got a message from my brother, because I have got the colouring pages done, designed and ready to go, and a nibbling is already working on colouring it. That's all I'm going to show you because it doesn't show the kid, but yeah, so it's already been coloured. And yeah, so that's all ready to go. There's been some stuff. There's been life stuff. Yeah. basically Kiwi Mum is okay, but Kiwi Mum ended up in the hospital for a few days. So yeah, but she's discharged. She's back home. She's okay now. But it's been a couple of days. And I mean that when I say it's been a day. So yeah, we're gonna go and we're going to escape this world, and we're going to draw the Mermaid Lake because fun. So this one, as you can see, is going to be on its side as well. We're going to be on our side for this page, because sideways page. So let me know if the zoom in isn't, or if the focus is off, because I haven't really done a lot of prep stuff. So what we're doing is there is a lake in, yeah, let's escape. There's a lake in the Garden Glen, and there's an octopus that lives in the lake, and then there are at least 3 mermaids that we know of so far. So we also need to design how the mermaids look, so that'll be the other thing. And then what I have sketched, if you can make sense of my rough little sketches here, so you can see I've got a little octopus down the side. It's wearing a top hat, and then yeah, I think I wrote one of the merms is saying hi, one of the merms is feeding, so like bringing a pearl or a gem up here, and then we've got Shadow on a rock sunbathing, because you know, sunbathing cat. And then we have a merm down the bottom here. Now we've got room to add others, but what the lore of the mermaids that I have so far is that there are 3 known mermaids, which is Bubbles, Pearl, and Shelley. The mermaids like to dive and hunt for pearls, crystals, and gems. Mermaids have pockets. That's a very important thing. Mermaids have pockets because that's where they store all their treasures, and then they use those treasures to make magical potions that can do different things. So that is in Seaweed's snacks. Always want to see an octopus with a top hat and a one-eye glasses kind of thing. Yeah. So I haven't really designed, like, technically we've got a mermaid that's got 2 space buns. That's the only real design, because we've got that in Leaf Riders. So there's a mermaid that's got the space buns, which I did kind of say could be Bubbles, but might just be a generic mermaid if we want to have specific designs for each of the mermaids. But yeah, we did have like Bubbles, and I did that because, you know, space buns look like bubbles on the head, so that was Bubbles. And then we have Pearl and Shelley. Yeah, and so in it I had, and I had papaya in the water too. That was the other thing I had. Okay. So we could start with I think we need to start with an octopus for a start, because I mean the octopus is the main thing. Maybe the octopus is the potion maker, like, or is that getting too on the nose with Ursula? Because like, I was imagining down here, you have your little octopus chilling. Now if I do that, there's not really room for a top hat with that view. But that's okay. We could look at changing that. And then there is a lot of rock back here, because Shadow the cat is back here. doing some sort of like sunbathing on the rock asleep thing. Can't even see my lines. But yeah, shadows asleep on the rock. And then we have the water, you know, water surface. And then there are like some lily pads on that. And then lily pads, or I don't know if we want to have like a I don't know, we'll figure that out. But Peel is sitting on something. Once again, Peel is sitting. I think in all 3 pages I have drawn Peel sitting so far. I just realized that. I mean, Peel is a little baby, so Peel is meant to represent a 2 to 4 year old, which, you know, they can move, but, you know, baby. Alright, I definitely have to work on that pose. In fact, maybe instead of sitting, because then I don't also have to go so high, we could do lying on the tummy, which is going to be like nightmare pose to work out, but lying and then reaching down into the water or something, you know? I actually quite like that idea. So it's like edge of a leaf or something, you know. I'm just thinking child is tiny and doesn't have floaty gear, so child is not swimming. But Papaya is 4 to 6 and is a swimmer. I don't know if it's as common. It might be something to do with an island country, but there is a focus on making sure kids know how to swim here. Now, it's not everyone, and there are people here who don't know how to swim. It is a thing, but I also know there was a recent push that they did to be like, we should teach more kids to swim because, you know, we are island and, you know, swimming is something that a lot of people do. So yeah, I know they were doing like a learn to swim type thing. And they were trying to raise funds to make sure that 10,000 kids learned to swim this summer. So that's cool. And then some bubbles up, obviously. See, this is going to be another detailed page. I do have simpler pages, but we're going for a detailed page, I guess. Yeah. And so then maybe one of the mermaids is doing that thing where they've got an arm here and they are just like keeping an eye on Peel, because, you know, child in the water. So they're up there keeping Peel entertained. Okay, but picture Peel with little arm floaties. Okay, yeah, I think, yeah, I think we need the arm floaties. Like, the merms just have some on hand. I kind of think I need that. That's cute. Yeah. No, I like that. I actually really like the idea of having little arm floaties on Peel. Alright. Where did I put my eraser? I don't know where I put anything. There it is. Not that I worry too much about erasing when it's this deck, because it's like, it's fine. It's going to be what it's going to be. So, because we have a rock face back there, we'll worry about that in a moment. So, more safety first in the garden glen. Yeah, well, when I do the birds, the one where they're riding like birds in the sky and stuff like that, they're all going to be buckled in. Like, I've specifically written seatbelts. Like, the kids, but we're keeping them safe. It's a magical world. They're not going to get hurt. We don't technically have safety barriers showing on the tree, but I also pretend there's some sort of magical force field. So, I want to do more like that, and then tentacles. It's going to be interesting. Like, how does an octopus wave? That's what I'm struggling with. Like, how did I sketch it? I mean, I know this is a messy sketch, but you can get a lot from how you gestural. I don't know the words. I don't know words tonight, guys. I'm sorry. So, eyes going up, looking near, and then I don't want it to look like, you know, the octopus is kind of grabbing Papaya, but also like, I think maybe if Papaya is also waving high. The end of the leg just flop up and down. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm imagining. Just like, but, you know, apart, how do you draw emotion, you know? Like, I think it might just be something like that. I think we're just starting with the rough. We'll refine later on. And of course, happy face, big cheeks. Because it's a friendly little octopus, you know? Just your friendly little octopus chilling in the bottom of a lake. Right. Yeah. I don't know if we'll do top hat or if we do a different kind of hat. Or even if we do a hat. Oh, what about a bow? What would a bow be made of under the water? I feel like I've done a lot of hats, you know? So maybe something else. As you did mention about one eye, maybe these are monocle or glasses? Think about that. I do think the octopus needs something. And again, with the nature of how the octopus is, where it's just primarily head and then tentacles, it's going to be some form of a hat. It's just... And obviously we could do like a witch's hat or something, or... Not a sleepy hat, because there is a sleepy bear, so... Figure that part out in the details. Alright, so we've got a mermaid there. wonder if we do like a little mermaid chilling over here. Just like a little bit of suntan in there. I'm going right off the edge here. Maybe. Also drawn shadow, probably a little stretched out there, but that's fine. Yeah. A bow could be made of giant seaweed. I don't know, we'll think about that. And then we do need to have at least one more mermaid, because there's at least 3 mermaids that we know of. So, oh, excuse me. Oh, this is another reason why I started early, because I think I'm going to be going to bed early. It's fun because with the mermaids you can kind of play around like the body shape, because they can be like all over the place. So like, you know, we could have a merm down here that's digging a treasure out of the ground, and then we can kind of do weird body shapes. Like, it's fun. You can go interesting. And then I know we're going to have like some in the distance as well. So you'll see some, but you won't see details. It'll just be like a silhouette. What I think I want to do here... Sorry, I'm just changing my mind again. Alright, so I think I want our little octopus as the potion maker. And then one of the tentacles can be literally around, right? And then we can have one that's coming up and waving high, one that's coming around on there, and then one that can just sort of pop up here, and then there's another one here, and it can be holding like ingredients or something, you know. And then there can be a Andy, hello, hello, lovely. How are you going? There can be a, so I'd say a box, but they're under the water, so I mean, there can still be boxes under the water. But I'm also trying to think logically at what would be in the bottom of a mermaid lake. So maybe there's a rock and we have some crystals and gems and pearls, and then, you know, a shell, and there just so happens to be a jar that will say magic, because who knows what else an octopus cooks with to make potions under the bottom of the ocean. How are you going, Andy? It's good to see you. We are designing another colouring page. I don't know if you've because the 2 colouring pages got the words are hard. I'm struggling a lot with words tonight, so been up and down lately, but I've made nachos to brighten things up. Oh my god, nacho sounds good. I had a it's like a fish pie thing I pulled from the freezer, but it did the job. I have drawn and designed the colouring pages from the charity stream for us reaching the 500 and 1,000 pounds marked raised. Ignore the massive spot here, that's a printing error, not on the actual colouring pages. So I'm going to be releasing those tomorrow. So I'm so excited to release them properly, but had a night, had a day, so I'm like, we're going to draw. We're going to make up silly things. Nachos would hit the spot. Yeah. Actually, you know what? You know what this octopus needs? Not a top hat, but a fascinator. You know, you get those like little clip-in. I used to have one ages ago. Like not a full top hat, a small top hat, a fascinator top hat. Right, can I make this work? I've been craving KFC lately though, and I'm tempted to get some for dinner. Ooh. Honestly, if it gets to a point where it's been several days and you're like, I just... Yeah. That's my thing. Yeah. We're doing freezer meals tonight because I don't want to go. Again, it's a car festival at the moment, so if you do randomly hear sirens or things revving in the background, you shouldn't because of my microphone settings, but I can hear that they're riding up and down because they do. Tonight's like a drive-by thing, and so they follow a route all through the city and they're just revving engines and sirens and stuff like that. And then tomorrow they park up in the center of town and that's a whole thing too. And yeah, and I don't really care about cars, so for me it's just like me. But for somebody who likes cars, can see it being cool. Yeah, we're doing a fascinator. I'm so happy with the idea of a fascinator. I don't know why, but it's still top hat adjacent, but also it's slightly fancier. I don't know why that makes me so happy, because this is a fancy octopus that cooks potions at the bottom of Mermaid Lake. Do we do a feather too? Do we just give the most ridiculous, opulent... Yeah, why not? You know that they deal in luxury. They make fabulous potions, so why can't they dress a bit fabulously? I don't believe we ever named the octopus, so... I might do some little spots. Give you like a little pearl chain hanging down there too. Yeah. I don't know why this octopus is just making me so ridiculously happy, but I love it. I love drawing ridiculous things. It makes me so happy. I spent so long being portraiture. Now it's kind of fun to be like octopus wearing a fascinator. Okay, so we have oh god, excuse me. Oh my gosh, sorry. It's gonna happen a little bit tonight. So we have so far our octopus potion maker, who lives at the bottom of Mermaid Lake, who is currently making some potions, and dropping some things in. But also we'll be saying hi to Papaya, who is swimming down. And then we have the rock behind, which lines up with this rock at the bottom, which is quite nice. And then somewhere in here, I also need to have like a bit of a cave opening. I don't know, maybe there's like a little mermaid chilling in here. But yeah, these like a cave system, so we do need a cave there. Octopus is off to the races, yeah. Could be a window, could be a cave. And then over here we have Peel on the leaf with their little floaties. Maybe they even have scuba fins. I don't know. We'll figure that part out. But yeah, definitely little floaties. And they'll be on the leaf. And we've got a mermaid that's up here saying hi to them and helping out with them. Then we have another mermaid down here who is definitely diving for the gems. And because the mermaids dig out the gems and then they're turned into potions. I do also have to illustrate the fact that they have pockets as well. Because it's a very important fact is that mermaids have pockets. And then obviously we need like lots of little fishies. So the little leaves will have some danglies. And then there's obviously some seaweed. Like these are all like the fill-in things that can absolutely be used just to take up some space. But yeah, seaweed and fishies, and you know, we can fill in some eels and stuff like that. Honestly, I could do so many. Like this could be like 4 or 5 pages as a big long spread going right across Mermaid Lake, which would actually be quite cool. To have like 3 of these pages that all line up and you have an extra long one. Because like we have 3 characters, so essentially I could have 1 character on each page. And it's just it's super long. Do I commit to this idea? Again, it's not like this book's being published, so right now it's all... Am I being ridiculous here, folks? Do we want a triple that is 1 continual image? Because again, I could draw a lot of sea creatures. Because we can have Eli... Eli, that's not the name. Jesus. I'm tired. We could have Peel and a mermaid on one. And that's essentially 1 that we could stretch out. And then second one, we have that as 1, and then we could have shadow on the 3rd. It gives us more room to play because I really like it. I just feel like there's too much and I want to spread it out more. You could do 2 doubles. Yeah, maybe I'll do half. Maybe I just split it and spread it out. Yeah, because then if it... And the fact is then if it ever gets to the point where I do get this published as a book, then it becomes a double page spread and a double page spread. Yeah, like full on fold out poster spread. Yeah, I mean it's what my brain is telling me is to actually spread it across 2. Yeah, or well 3 really, like make a really long spread. I mean I am releasing these digitally, so it's like you can technically do it as like a free, and I could still create 1 image where they do all line up. So you could, if you want to color this real small, just print it out on 1 piece of paper or something. Like, yeah, my brain is just telling me to spread it across 3, and I don't know if that's insane. It's like, oh, I'll just draw a cute little picture.
I think it would be fun to print them out and line it up. Yeah, I can see having all 3 pages or 2 pages. I'll start with 2. Let's just start spreading this out. If we were to spread this out across 2, so that means that we can make peel be a little bit more, you know. I do like our idea of peel here with the floaties. This is going to look real rough, you know, but peel, and I do like the moon next to it. Basically, I liked what I did here to start off with. I really like this. Did you say you're streaming again tomorrow as well? I am. I have already scheduled it on YouTube. I have not scheduled it in the Discord. I should do that right now while I remember. Because otherwise I will forget. So bear with me 2 seconds. So I am starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow, which is an hour later than I normally would start if I'm doing a morning stream, but I want to allow myself the possibility of having a sleep in because I get the feeling I'm going to crash tonight. That's not how I type, Amy. Sorry, I know this isn't the most exciting, but also I have not had a chance to do a lot of stuff that I would normally do. Right. Yeah, so tomorrow the pages will be live. So it is in the Discord. If you are in the Discord, it will convert to your local time. So you'll be able to see when we go live. But yes, that will be tomorrow, and we will be officially releasing the colouring pages. We will start tomorrow actually colouring one of the pages. All that sort of good jazz. Okay. So, because we don't have to compress this up now, I can take our second mermaid and I can put them here, and I can change your tail around a bit more and bring you like this. So you're also here just supporting peel. And that means this mermaid that was originally squished in here, that was digging for pearls, can now be down here. Hope you're able to catch down, but I have to go to Sydney in the morning. Oh, hope silly. But also you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah. And then obviously I'll have to make sure these line up across. I'll just roughly draw things in. So, and that means as well that like we can have more merms in the background that are doing things, but then we have obviously Papaya coming down saying hi, and then we have our big old ocean, and that means we can have something like our rock where the gems are laid up, you know, that can be rock with stuff. And that can just be sort of like a carry on between the two. And then we have our hat fascinator. Again, I know this is rough, but this is just me sort of placing out. And then page 3 means that we can also have a couple of the octopus tentacles go back across the page. So they're just chilling there. Again, we can have rocks, rocks. And up here, of course, is where the rock comes out of the water. So that's where, of course, cat sleeping. And that means we can have little mermaid caves in here. Fishies, and it means we can do things now like have, you know, a crab. We can have schools of fish, which I'm just going to draw a big fish and then just draw a big circle around, so I know that's meant to be lots of fishies in that area. You know, there can be, we can do lots of now types of fish, and we've got the surface of the water that we can even do like little bugs and stuff landing on if we want. But I really like that idea of a massive, I know it's kind of ridiculous, but also like if I can't do, yeah, turtle, good choice. You know what the turtle should be doing? Or we need something that's like an Uber Eats. So like turtle. And they have a strap. And it's like Uber Eats. But obviously some sort of like better name that isn't Uber Eats, and therefore legally distinct Uber Eats. What's the other one's DoorDash? Shelldash sounds cute. If you saw Shelldash, would you read it as like DoorDash, but instead it's Shell? Oh my god, yes. Okay, I don't order from these apps, so I don't know. But yeah, if I did Shelldash, and I can actually style that to look like a bit more like the DoorDash logo, which I'm pretty sure is just text anyway, right? I don't know. Again, I don't order these services. Yeah, so it's just literally, if we did Shell, sorry, you can't even see what I'm doing. Let me zoom you in. So this is why I like Slow Dash. Oh, Slow Dash is actually a good one. Get your food when it's cold. Oh, it should actually be all one word. Because, yeah, the logo is literally that, right? So, all we do is we turn that into an S. And then it's... I did write Slow Dash. But yeah, you can do something like that. Turtle Express. I feel like that's more mail. I mean, we could technically also have a mail delivery, but it wasn't about that. I just thought it would be funny to have, like, the idea of a snack delivery service. Obviously, like, very motivated by the snacks. Because we've had a snack shop and now we've got a snack delivery service instigated in this world. But see, now we've got room to do these funny little things. Because we've spread it out. So, because the other thing that we could do is, again, I'll have to figure out, like, the space, but, so we've got, like, the rock here, and then we could have, like, a bit of, like, coral or something. And what's to stop us having like a crab or something that's acting as like a bit of a traffic warden, right? And then we've got a school of fish lined up. And then you know, we've got seaweed, so what's to stop a you know, we've got jellyfish somewhere too. I'd love to, I want to do some jellyfish because I do love my jellyfish. See, we've got merms, and I'd love to do like a mermaid spa because I don't know why the idea of the mermaids going to a spa at the bottom of the lake just cracks me up. Oh my god, I got it. Slow and Steady Snacks. That would be a good name. Shell dash slow dash go. I got it all written down just in case. So what I was thinking is, I don't know if it'll read, but I think it'll be hilarious if I can do it. I think you'd have to come around a bit more. Yeah, and then that's your eye there. So what I was thinking is there is a spa, like, again, similar to before, we'll have a big thing, and we're going to have a tail coming out of there and a sign like expressway to waterfalls, or maybe I'll just draw the waterfalls from the previous page. So it's like, you know, you go in that one to go to the waterfalls, and then here we'll have a sign that's like, we'll have to make it distinct from the waterfalls because rainbows look a lot like waterfalls, I'm just realizing. Maybe we make it more like a bunch of trees, so it's like this one takes you to a forest, right? And then we'll have like a big fish here, and then lots of fishes, you know, they're just making sure they all go in together, right? So obviously like little expressways up there, but then down here have like a spa, some sort of spa at the bottom. My idea is that you've got an electric eel and they're using like their tail to do the procedure. I don't know, is that's getting too weird? And then we can just have like other caves, and so up here could be like a bowl, and maybe it has some kelp coming out of it. And we can just do it like a noodle bar. There's just a couple of seats and just your friendly little jellyfish with a chef's hat working away. And then I don't want to do too many because I don't want to have to make everything too small, because otherwise then Shadow's going to be small and I want him to be able to like spread out a bit, but and then we've got our mermaid here as well, that's like sunbathing. And they will have sunglasses on. I'm off the page. Is there any other, like, maybe like a frog? No, we've got a frog page later on because we've got the frog school, so I'll just do another mermaid. It's fine. Just mermaids. Oh, the mermaids. This may be a bit ridiculous, maybe, but does it make me incredibly happy, the idea of all 3 pages connecting up and you could have one ridiculously long story. Yeah. And that gives us basically our next big colouring page spread to work on, which is awesome. Okay. Alright. So many papers. Yeah, so when I started off this week, I went to go and get the pages scanned, right? What I thought was going to be the easy part turned out to be quite difficult. So guess who had to buy a scanner this week? Guess who had to fork out $200 that they weren't expecting to fork out this week? And then had to take 3 days off work unexpectedly this week as well. Wasn't in the plan. We'll be fine. Just kind of sucks. It's like, man, that sort of week, huh? Alright, so let's start by figuring out our water lines. Where's my ruler? Where's anything around here? That's a thing. There's a thing. There's a ruler. So we're going to do 2 sets of lines. So our first set's real easy because it's just going to follow the paper's edge. Once I separate out the extra pieces. Oh gosh, I am already like contemplating going to bed, guys. I'd be tired, Jill. I'm so tired. Actually, I think my mum has Coke in the fridge. I should see if I can go and get one. I think they're full sugar Coke though, and I usually drink Coke Zero. Because you want to feel like after, like, you know, if you drink like zero and then you go and have a full sugar and it just tastes so different. And so I want to do 1/2 inch markings. Now I'm not going to have these. This is not like the tree one where we're going to rule lines, but I want to set a couple of guidelines for myself here. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm just creating the guidelines. Because that also means I can keep it consistent across all 3. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase. It's a bit lighter. And then that gives me a line to hand draw. And basically what we've got is the surface of the water, but also a bit of depth behind the water. So like, I could do a lily pad more towards the back here. Or I could do one a bit more towards the front. So it gives me a little bit of room to have some depth basically. And create the illusion of depth in this page. In what is technically a very flat scene. Okay, so now I want to look at, I want to find a reference of, something like that. So I hope you're all doing well out there. Oh. Alright, little floaties. Oh my goodness. And then peel is on a big leaf. The little floaties. Go away, bug. Crying for the last 15 minutes. Oh, Tylenol cookies and colouring is a must now. Anyone got glitter to share? I need some, please. Yeah, I'm with you. It's a week that I think a lot of us could use some glitters. I don't know if you heard, but the colouring pages will be released tomorrow, 10 AM New Zealand time. Stream is scheduled. We're going to be colouring a page tomorrow. So they will also be released tomorrow. So tomorrow you can have 2 free colouring pages. Big glitter. It's been a week here, but back home with Mum. So that's a big glitter. And then I think I've just drawn this one as Bubbles. So Bubbles is just looking after Peel. So I've like one arm's here and then one hand's here. I know what they're doing. They're petting little fishies. That's what they're doing. The fishies are coming up and getting head bops. Head bop the fishies. Pat, 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 pat. Yeah. Sticking their heads out of the water. Yeah. Fishies are saying hi. See, sometimes I just don't know these things. I just figure it out as we do it live. I'll be here there if I can. There's for sure. Petting fish. I always think of the blue one in Nemo. Yeah. I think Dory is the name, isn't it? It's been a year since I've watched Finding Nemo. Yeah, this one, I'm going to have just a couple of fins out of the water. And this one's going to be like half out of the water as well. And this one that's popping up here is going to be a little cheeky and doing a little spurt of water to try and get Peel wet. Being a funny little fishy. And that one's going to be like, yes, scritches, scritchy, scritchy, scritches. Yeah, I like that idea. Okay, and then... I overdrew the tail, but that's okay. It's more fun to give them long, swishy tails and then not need it. I'm trying to find a new book to add to the collection, like a Maria or Hannah, and now I'm working in Dragonspout. Nice. Oh, excuse me. So we're going to be able to play with lots of fishy types around here. Oh, crap. Oh, I can't stop yawning, yo. I can't stop yawning. Oh. Do, 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 do. I'm very excited for Hannah's newest book coming out soon. Both Hannah and Maria have compilation books. Yeah. Oh, so you're trying to find which Maria or Hannah to start off with? I can't say a lot about Hannah Carlson. Admittedly, I don't colour her, like I have a few of her books, I don't colour her a huge amount. And I don't have a bias towards any particular book, so I can't say much about that. However, for Maria Trial, hands down, Fairy Tale Worlds. Her older books like Botanicum and all that, they, if you like colouring flowers, they're quite lovely. I have to be in a specific mood, as you know, so I'm not a huge fan. Like, they're cute. They are one of my go-to travel books. They're fantastic for traveling. But then her later ones, she delves away from flowers and starts going into other topics. And in particular, Fairy Tale Worlds deals with fairy tales, and it's just also very cute. So yeah, for Maria Troyal, hands down, Fairy Tales Worlds. I haven't got Art Strider, and I haven't got, is that the one that's coming out? I don't know. I haven't got that one. I haven't seen that one. Can't think of that one off the top of my head, but Fairy Tale Worlds. See, that one I feel very strongly on. And I found one store near me that got Mod Podge Extreme Glitter, and the one near my niece doesn't have it. What's the difference between two Mod Podges again? Honestly, Extreme Glitter and Sparkle, they're pretty much identical. I could not see a difference between them. So, yeah. Mod Podge Sparkle, there's a third one as well. As long as it's the Extreme Glitter holographic. Just double check that, because there's an Extreme Glitter Gold, Extreme Glitter Silver, and Extreme Glitter Holographic. And if you want the rainbow glitter, you want the holographic. That's the one that I use on practically everything. I've had both. They're practically the same. I really can't see a difference between them. Maria was a good choice. I was leaning towards that one. Yeah, so if you're not wanting more flowers, definitely lean towards Maria's newer books. Yeah. But yeah, the Hannah Carlson ones, I know I hear a lot of people say they love her older ones. I hear people say they love her newer ones. I really can't comment either way. So, yeah. Alright, I think we're going to move our turtle a little bit. Actually, I wonder if I can make it look like the bag he's carrying is also a turtle. What is the compilation one named? Is it Grains of Gold? Where's Perfection? Perfection, if you're there, can you help us? I know you know your Hannah Carlson quite well. If you're lurking, it's quite alright. Yeah. Yeah, I want to say it's Grains of Gold, but that's also of the old books as well. Of course, these now the Tales From series, and that's not included as well. So, yeah, in the Tales From series, it is Grains of Gold. Thank you, Lisbeth. Yeah. I know Perfection has had a group, a Hannah Carlson group, so that's why I knew Perfection would probably know if they were around. But yeah, Grains of Gold, there you go. Is that one that I have? Could be even one I have. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm so tired and I'm so struggling to think. Like, legit, I'm sitting here and I'm really struggling to think. So, in all honesty, I think we're going to just be doing a 2-hour stream tonight. I am absolutely shot and I really am struggling here. So, like, I don't think we're going to be doing a late one tonight, guys. Sorry about that. I know a lot of you like to have me on in the background, but like, I'm already feeling so much better having just done a little bit of drawing. So I'm very grateful to just have that. But yeah, I'm going to try and get this turtle done. Yeah. And Maria's compilation is Universal Universum. I really like it. Yeah, if you were looking at getting one of Maria's older floral ones, I would say hands down get Universe. And the fact that it has the names of them in there too. So good. Yeah. Yeah, 2 new books. That's awesome. It's very important to look after yourself. It is, and it has been a time. Again, for context, for anyone that's like, oh, I'm not just complaining for nothing. I mean, I am, but I try not to complain. I'm good. Again, I want to stress. I'm good. Everyone in the house is good. Just as a reminder, I'm here with no pain meds at the moment. I have to do this whole weekend with no pain meds because of a test that I'm doing on Monday. I'm not allowed to have any pain tests. And then on top of that, my mum got hospitalised on Wednesday. Again, she's been discharged. She's absolutely fine. But it was a time, and so I've been up at the hospital a lot, so you girls tired. So, but the funniest thing in all of this, like, again, I always look for the things that make me laugh. I always try to find some positive things in it. And there's been lots of things that we've been laughing about over the weekend. One of the greatest things, so I had a fall and I got hospitalised for 6 weeks, quite a few years ago now. And I spent most of that 6 weeks complaining about the food. Now, the people were lovely. It was lovely. Like, everyone was really lovely. But the food was horrendous. Like, horrendous. And I've complained for years about it. And I've talked about the horrors of hospital food and the mystery meat. You remember that? Yeah, I complained to everybody, okay? This food was, like, again, I was starving. It was all I had. But I was in there for 6 weeks. And I was begging people to come and bring me food. I would pay for food and be like, just pick it up on the way. Because also, Uber Eats wouldn't deliver to a room, and I was immobile because I had fallen, so I couldn't mobilize down to go and collect food that would be delivered. Yeah, hospital food. I was sending through horror pictures to everybody. So yeah, I was in there for 6 weeks, so I did the entire 4-week rotation and then did it again because they had the same food on a monthly rotation, and I was like, oh my god, by the end of it. And so, Mum gets the first meal up there, and it's a mystery meat meal as well. And I'm like, oh yeah. And then I'm like, oh, she's like, oh, it doesn't look too bad, And she takes one mouthful, and I just watch her face, and it's just going, and I'm just sitting there dying with laughter, and I'm like, I feel justified having talked about this horror for 5 years. And it's just like, it made it worthwhile, that face. And so yeah, so I've been taking food to her, but last night one of my brothers, vindication. One of my brothers and sister-in-law was there, and like the food came and Mum smelt it. Was just like, no. And it honestly looked like they took Wednesday night leftover, ground it up, and turned it into Thursday's night's dinner. Like, it legit looked like they had done that. So Mum was just like, no, I can't. And I brought her food anyway, so she's ate good home cooked salad bowl. Because my brother and sister-in-law were there, were like, hey. And so the sister-in-law tried it, and it was the exact same face. She's like, oh my god, how does anyone eat this? But it's like, how do you make boiled cauliflower taste like plastic? And then my brother's here like, oh, it's not too bad. Eating the plate, and we're all just staring at him like, where are your taste buds? Yeah, it was, but yeah, hilarious moment to be like, vindication, it's not just me. So yeah, I am fairly confident that if I happen to fall again and I have to go back into ED, the first thing Mum's gonna do is be like, food schedule, who's delivering food to Amy when? But yeah, like, every time I've been up there, everybody orders in food. Like, nobody eats the food. That being said, when I had my hysterectomy, I specifically requested to go on the gluten-free and dairy-free diet because it gives me tummy issues. And I was like, I don't want to have to deal with tummy issues while also having hysterectomy. And they're like, because I was like, I feel bad because I'm not actually completely allergic, I'm just intolerant to it, and I just don't want to be in more pain. They're like, yeah, well, that makes logical sense, so of course we'll give you the gluten-free. And it actually was a reasonable breakfast because they had to give me expensive bread and expensive cereal, so it was actually like a reasonable breakfast. Good night, Shona. Good night. Have a lovely sleep. I get the feeling I'm going to be heading there soon myself too. Feels very much like that sort of night. It was better for a change, yeah. Yeah, well, instead of having just like the cheapest, nastiest cardboard bread and stale cornflakes, they had to give me like this gluten-free cornflake thing, and it had like berry bits in it, and so it actually had flavour. And the bread, well, it was, you know, gluten-free bread, which ain't great. At least it was a little bit more like proper bread, not just the cardboard, cheaper the cheap stuff. So, yeah. I will say, the lunches usually weren't too bad. Like, the lunch was always a cup of soup and a salad, and if you managed to strike a good sandwich combo and a good soup combo, you could actually have a reasonable lunch. Like, I will give it to them, and Mum did eat all her lunch today and said actually that was quite tasty. Like, the lunches actually did kind of slap. So, again, if you got a good soup, you got a good sandwich, nothing wrong. And I do love a soup and sandwich, so, you know, I will give them credit where credit's due. The lunches could be passable. Yeah, it says a lot when the gluten-free option is actually the better option. Yeah, it's funny because there are some places where the hospital food can be alright. I think it also depends on, you know, contracts and stuff like that, and if it's made in-house or brought in and stuff like that. So our hospital food actually used to be really good, but it was made on site, and now it's made off-site and brought in. So that's the big difference. But yeah, it used to be back in the day that the cafe up there, because they also had the public facing cafeteria that you could go into, and you could actually, like, it was actually quite good to go up there and just have food at the hospital. Like, just literally go to the hospital to go to the cafe. Like, it wasn't, you know, top notch, but it was reasonable price and it was reasonable quality. And so it was like, oh, we're going up here for an appointment, oh, we may as well just stay and have some lunch up here, it's cheap and, you know, it's possible. It was like, it was a reasonable lunch. And then now it's like, yeah, but you know, they try. And at the end of the day, if the cost of better care up there is less tasty food, well, I'd rather there be better care. But it shouldn't have to be a choice, you know. But the main thing to take away from that is just the funny faces and vindication. And I have had 5 years worth of vindication in that one facial expression. And what I thought would be cool to do is if I can make it look like the actual bag is also a shell. Like, still very clearly a bag, but they've styled the bag to look like a turtle shell. I don't know if I can do that. I don't even know if I have the brain capability to do that tonight, but we'll try. Like, a bit of a squarer base. And then on top, And that could be like your shell pattern, right? Yeah, it's not too bad from what I've heard. Like, not amazing, but people eat it and don't often get stuff in from the family other than the occasional things. Yes, that's not bad. You can have lunch like fruit salad and sweet for dessert. Yeah. Yeah, no, here, so the last time, not the last time was hysterectomy, and I was only in there for a night, so I didn't even eat my dinner because it was disgusting, but the breakfast was passable. But at least it was a mystery meat. The time before that, I was in for 5 days, and I had a private room for 5 days, but yeah. But then the time before that was the 6-weeker, and I was in a shared room. I started off in a private, but they ended up moving me into a shared because they needed it for compromised patients. I was like, yeah, that's fine. And initially, like, they worked out pretty quickly that I was good with the elderly, which I loved because the elderly slept all day. So it was fantastic. It was a very quiet room. But before they did that, they just had some general people before they realised, hey, this could be a good elders room. And just all the young people, just delivery. It's like, I don't blame them. Yeah. Oh yeah, hospital coffee is a no. When I went in for my hysterectomy, one of the very first things that I packed was my own coffee. And then in the morning when they came around to make our coffee, so I had my coffee ready to go. Because there's a certain brand here that does a really dark, deep roast, and it comes in like it looks like tea bags, but it's a coffee bag. And so yeah, when they came around for that, I was like, I'm good to go, just some hot water, please. Yeah. And I've said that, you know, if I get stuck in a long time, I need someone to bring me out chili, hot sauce, pepper, and garlic. Because if I have those 4 things, I can make anything taste reasonable. It's like I can survive most of the food if I can mask it with hot sauce and pepper. And with you, I need my spice. I'm addicted to these noodles now. Oh, I'm happy for you. So good. So now that you know that you like it, especially if you can bring down the heat, but you enjoy the flavor of it, the carbonara are amazing. Yeah. So the bulldog seasoning you can get in a sauce bottle. So what you might want to look out for, Stardust. Oh. Oh, that was a few clicks. What you might want to look out for are these things here. Because these are the bulldog hot sauces that you can buy. And then you can add it to other things as well. So like, you want like a spicy mayo or spicy Greek yogurt. Great to drop some of this in. Chicken, pizza. Like, you can add it to whatever you're making, basically. And you can put that flavor on other things if you get the sauce. And then if you've got just regular noodles, you can also turn them into bulldog noodles. So, yeah. These things are fantastic. Highly, highly recommend if you can find them. Yeah. My local Asian store now stocks these semi-regularly. And it's like, thank you. Yeah. Eating them 3 times this week for supper with an egg. Yeah. Yeah. And it's great because if you add an egg, you're adding in some protein, you know. I like to put in edamame beans. It's good. Like, obviously cheese is always good in it. Rice cakes, spring onion, cabbage, carrot, basically whatever veg you've got in the fridge. Corn is good in it too. Basically, you can just add whatever you want to it. It's good. Oh.
Now I want noodles now, but it's 2 a.m. Yeah, I was literally just thinking the same thing. I was like, I want noodles now too. But then I saw other things in the fridge and I was like, you know what? We're going to have that. So. Chocolate. Oh, any word on the package yet, Stardust? I don't know if it may not be there yet. What day did they send it? Oh no, Andy. Oh no. Not yet? Okay. No, I think you still got a little bit before it's would be due. Can't remember what date I sent this now. 19th. I think we're only like 5 business days in. It will take. Yeah, we're only 5 business days in. So it should be soon. But yeah. It should be soon. So I love Shin Ramen. Shin Ramen is my usual go-to. Because I love Bulldog, but I actually like a soup ramen. So Shin is my go-to. But yes, they can be quite intense. There is no tracking number for it, unfortunately, Stardust. If I was to put tracking on it, it would have been double the price. So, yeah. But I have never had one go missing. So, yeah. No, it's, like I said, it usually gets there by 10 business days. So, I would presume it's going to be coming next week. No, I know, not use all the soup pack. Yeah, or make it, but then add in an egg and some cheese on top. Yeah, it depends on the service, not with our service. It would be nice if they automatically gave you tracking number on the shipping, but no, they don't. I don't know. It could just be New Zealand Post. There is the other thing too, Andy, is when you make Shin Ramen, you can also add more water and just have more soup base, which is also what I do sometimes, and then I cook some dumplings in it too, or tteokbokki if I want to have chewy rice cakes in it, or chucking in some like leftover chicken, or you know, sometimes I add in extra water because I'm going to cook other things in that soup as well. Yeah, no, they're two very different ramens. So when I want Bulldog, I want Bulldog, and when I want Shin, I want Shin. Yeah. There are, of course, so many other types of ramen, but Shin's easy for me to get, and I love it. I actually had that for lunch. Slash dinner last night, and it was so good. Because I also had a bunch of eggs to use up, so it was perfect timing. So what I kind of want to do is I want to indicate that the lake is actually going to drop down a bit here. So while on this side we have a mermaid who will be digging for pearls, I kind of want like the sand to just kind of drift away here.
And so like, maybe you see a little tip of some seaweed here, but I also just want it to be like, as you go down here, it goes deeper. Cabbage and the kimchi was so good. Yeah. He's got noodles by a pack of 5 very recently, so I'm going to keep my eye out for the sauces. Fingers crossed that you can find them. He's definitely been a rise in popularity of the sauces because there was a lot of, it was a trend along a while ago of taking that hot sauce and like doing bulldog spice challenges and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely it got a bit more notoriety because of that. So I mean, that's part of the reason why bulldog became so popular, was because of those spice challenges and stuff like that. So somewhere around here, I also need to add in a rock. And I have to make sure this rock actually connects up because we have a page connecting up. And then on the rock we can do some gems. And I'm going to have to look up some references on drawing gems and crystals, and maybe it's time to finally draw the rose quartz that I've been saying for years. I should draw my little rose quartz that's on the windowsill here. Yeah. I'm gonna jump into Let's Play Minecraft with Josh now. Yeah. Have fun. Have fun. Oh. Here's a little somebody who's come for a visit. The twice spicy one and too much because the regular spicy was enough. I can't imagine actually eating the proper spicy one. Yeah. It's okay. It's not a competition for the spice. I always say, because I enjoy spicy food, so I'll eat stuff hot, and then some people are like, oh my gosh, I need to. And it's like, no. You eat your spice tolerance because I want you to enjoy your food. Like, you know, it's not going to impress me, you eating something that's way too hot for you. Yeah. It is. It's Shadow, His Majesty. This poor baby has been so confused these last few days. So he's back here because he's like, everything's back to order. Because, of course, Mum hasn't been here. So he's been like, where the frick have you been? But he's been good because he has to come and see me. We have to be more prevalent about him coming and hanging out with me. Getting the scratches from me. He also got flea treated this morning, so you know. Alright, your good treats are over on the edge there because I did give you some treats this morning. So we'll give you the not as good treats, but you will eat them. It's quite good because he eats these one at a time, so they actually take him a minute longer to eat than the usual treats. And because they're so light, they kind of slid around. So, yeah, it tends to take a little longer eating these treats, which is quite good, actually. Hello, Rosalind. Hello, hello. You seen art tags? Awesome. We might do some art tags, and then, in all honesty, I know you've just arrived in Rosalind, but I might call it because I am so short. I'm really struggling here, guys, so I think I need to actually listen to my body and have an early night. But we'll do art tags first. So please, if you have got anything you want to send through for art tags, absolutely do. We'll put Shadow on the bed, on the desk for a while. But yeah, I think just with how much this week has been, those last few days have been, I think the wise to go to bed tonight, have an early night, catch up and sleep, And then tomorrow, again, it's already scheduled, Rosalind. Tomorrow, 10 a.m, we're going live and we will be releasing the colouring pages. So we will be live again tomorrow, but I think I'm better to focus on tomorrow's live and actually have some rest. But yeah, I do appreciate you all helping me with just the colouring page that we started designing. Basically, Rosalind, we've just been... I was like, I just need a night of silliness, so we started drawing a new colouring page, which has turned into, it's going to be a triple that will lay side by side, and it's the kids in Mermaid Lake. So yeah, we started designing that chaos. But yeah, if you've got anything you want to send through for art tax, do that now, and we'll have a look at art tax while His Majesty is on the desk. And then I'll wrap up for the night so I can already go and crash in bed because I am done. I'm so done. I'm taking a picture now. No worries. No worries. I've got so many messages to look at. I'll catch up with those another day. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a thing right now. Nothing in the Discord. Okay, cool. So, while Stardust is sending through messages, we have this one from Elizabeth, which looks like an Airy. I'm not doing any colouring all week. Sometimes you need to not colour. I have not coloured since a stream. I've not coloured outside a stream. It happens. But yes, this one is from Lisbeth, and I think this is the Aries fairy tale or world literature, because, yeah, it has been a rough week. Exactly. Sometimes it's not the week for it. Yay. You smell funny, cat. You smell like vinegar. Maybe that's just me. Yeah, this is a gorgeous. I really like the colours as well. It's very harmonious. World literature. Thank you. My brain is. Yeah, that's Narnia. Yeah. You can see some of the shimmer on the snow as well. Cause shimmer. It is gorgeous. Yeah, it is Narnia in this page. So world literature is a really cool airy book. It does deal with a lot of famous books. So I know there's a Little Woman page, which is quite cool as well. Yeah, I don't think I've worked in a year. I think I keep meaning to. There's another one. Thank you so much for sharing. We appreciate. And then we have an update on Dragonspell. Are we? Did I? Yeah, that is the newest one. Sorry, again, my brain is very tired. So we have some progress on around here because I think that's new shading from memory. I think we have a bit more depth built up on the flowers now too. Brain is not braining. Yeah, brain is not braining. It's hard brain tonight. Hard brain. Details and flowers on here. Yeah, it was some progress on here. I was like, I'm sure that dress colour's new. So yeah, we've got to zoom in even more here. I love it. It's also looking gorgeous. It's going to look gorgeous when it's done as well. It's gorgeous. You're doing amazing work, Stardust, as well. So thank you for sharing with us. Shadow's too busy grooming himself, but I'm sure he would enjoy it. Alright, and then I'm just triple checking here, and we're all good. Okay. Yeah, so I'm sorry it's such a short stream tonight, but I do appreciate you all popping in, and yeah, I like what we've already designed. I'm really happy with our little mermaid lake start. Our little Peel and Bubbles, with Peel having the little floaties, our little turtle delivery service. Then we have our mermaid cave express system, and then it looks like absolute scribbles, but our octopus and papaya. And then our first little sketch before we went, nah, we're going crazy and we're doing it as a 3-pager. Because why not? And then I might wake up tomorrow and go, nah, back to 1 page. But I like what we've done and I'm happy with it so far. So I think it's going to be really fun. But yeah, my brain is just absolutely shutting down right now. So we're going to go and do what I always preach, which is self-care. I needed to have a little bit of fun tonight. I needed to have a little bit of drawing. And that hasn't happened. And now I'm going to go and curl up into bed. Shadow thinks I'm holding treats for him because I'm folding up my chocolate. But yeah, we will be back tomorrow from 10 a.m. and the colouring pages will be going live. You will be able to download them and you will be able to colour them, and that is what we are colouring tomorrow. We are actually colouring, and we're going to work on colouring a colouring page, and it will be release day for the colouring pages. So yeah, just a reminder, I am going later, 10 a.m. Just to allow myself to have a sleep in, because I get the feeling I'm going to crash. So I'm just giving myself some space there, and if I'm a little late, you know you girls really slept. But yeah, we'll be going live tomorrow. I'll spam all the socials, I'll put all the links out, and we will be colouring a colouring page that I have drawn, which is quite exciting. I'm quite looking forward to it. But yeah, thank you all for the love. I hope you all have a wonderful night, day, morning, evening time yourself. Make sure you're looking after yourself. I think we're all having a bit of a rough week by the sounds of it. So, you know, lots of self-care too. Even if that means bouncing on a stream 2 hours in. For those of you on Twitch, hang around for a second because we're going to go and raid Ruby because Ruby is live. So we're going to pass some love on to Ruby. So, but for you on YouTube, this is where we'll leave you. So, yeah, thank you for being here, and I'll see you